have a messy past, this Sunday school lesson is for you. Jesus' ancestry. Let's dive in. I'm telling you, there is so much to unpack in the lesson this week. Some things before we even get into the text. The lesson this week is Jesus' ancestry. And the lesson comes from Ruth chapter 4, verses 9 through 17, and also Luke chapter 3. And the lesson focuses witness that God brings hope in troubled times. That God brings hope in troubled times. You know what this video is all about, giving you great questions, because we believe good questions lead to good discussion, and good discussion leads to great community. And we want to do all we can to empower you as a Bible study leader, as a Sunday school teacher, whatever role you play, to have a great discussion, to build that community through transparency, through honesty, through engagement. Where do our questions come from? Our questions come from emotions in the text, decisions in the text, and also from responses to decisions in the text. Let's jump right on in. And there are some questions I want to ask before we even jump into the first outline. The first outline is Boaz redeems Ruth. In this Ruth 4, chapters 9 through 12. But here's the question. I have 2 points to ponder before we even jump into the lesson. Here's the number one point I want you to ponder, because it is the baseline for the whole discussion. Why do so many people believe our heritage can hinder our destiny? Why do so many people believe when they find out something about your great-grandfather or your great-grandmother or your aunt, your uncle, something in your past? Why do so many people believe that limits your probability? Oh, nobody in our family ever became a doctor. Nobody in our family ever went to college. Nobody. Why does that have to hinder our destiny? Why do many people in society believe that your past can hinder your destiny? Have you ever thought about that? Ask that question, because that's the baseline for our whole salvation experience through Jesus being born in Bethlehem. Think about that point to ponder. And I'm going to give you a second one. These are 2 questions I think you can ask even before you jump into that first outline, because it sets the scene. The second question is, we're familiar with the Christmas story. Why did Jesus choose the family he chose? Why did God choose the family he chose for his son Jesus? You think he would choose like the perfect family. Why did Jesus choose an imperfect family to send a perfect Savior? Ooh, that's the question. Why did Jesus choose an imperfect family to send a perfect Savior? Have you ever thought about that? Because if you really think about that, you could answer the question, why does God use an imperfect you to do his perfect will? Wow. Let's jump on there. I don't even want to stay right there. Let's jump on there. Boaz redeems Ruth. Boaz redeems Ruth. And I'm going to read verse 9, because I think verse 9 is key. And the NIV says, then Boaz announced to the elders and to all the people, today you are witnesses that I have bought from Naomi all the property of Elimelech, Kilion, and Mahlon. And here's point to ponder number 3. Point to ponder number 3 already. Here's the thing. Why is it important that we do the right thing the right way as Christians? Why is it important that we do the right thing the right way as Christians? Because it shows clearly in this text that Boaz, he didn't just take Ruth and run off somewhere to some foreign land and do it that way. He went to the leaders. He did it according to the law. It says, you are witnesses that I am doing this the right way. As believers, at work, at home, wherever we go, why is it important that we do the right thing the right way? Isn't that a great question to ponder? That's point to ponder number 3. Why is it important that we do the right thing the right way? And listen, because he did the right thing the right way, I'm going somewhere. Verse 11 says, then the elders and all the people at the gate said, we are witnesses. May the Lord make the woman who is coming into your home like Rachel and Leah, who together built up the family of Israel. May you have standing in Ephrath and be famous in Bethlehem. Listen. What are the benefits? What are the blessings of obedience? Point to ponder number 4. Because remember, verse 9 says Boaz did it the right way. He did the right thing the right way. Here's a question you can ask. What are the blessings that we can experience in our lives simply because of obedience? What are the blessings we can experience in our lives simply because of obedience? Boaz did the right thing the right way, and the people blessed him and blessed his family and blessed those who will be traveling with him. Wow. That is so important. Ooh, let's jump on to the next outline, because I know you can stay right there, the blessings from obedience, but let's listen to, I want to go to the second outline, Boaz and Ruth's descendants. And I love verse 14. It says, the women said to Naomi, the women said to Naomi, praise be to the Lord, who this day has not left you without a guardian redeemer. May he become famous throughout Israel. I like this part. Praise be to the Lord, who this day has not left you without. Here's point to ponder number 5. Point to ponder number 5. If God has promised to never leave us or forsake us, why do we stress so much? Why do we stress so much? Why do we live in anxiety so much? Why do we live down and out so much? If God didn't forget about Naomi, God has never forgotten about anybody, any of his children throughout history. Why do we think he's going to forget about us? Point to ponder number 5. If God was is so faithful, why do we still think God will forget about us? Wow. And I got to give you this last one. And this comes from the Luke passage, Luke chapter 3, verse 23. Now, Jesus was about 30 years old when he began his ministry. He was the son who was thought of Joseph, the son of Heli, the son of David, the son of Jesse, the son of Obed, the son of Boaz, the son of Salom, and the son of Nashon. Now, here's what I want you to think about in this last part. I want you to think about why it's important that we celebrate our heritage. You could have been easy to say, not Jesus on the scene, let's forget about everything else. Why is it still important, even in the biblical record, that we celebrate our heritage? Point to ponder number 6. Why is it important that you still celebrate the ways God has come through in the past? Still celebrate how God has done great and mighty things. Still celebrate the goodness of God and watch you do great things in our life. I know I've given you many points to ponder. I've given you 6 points to ponder for this week. But listen, use them for discussion, because good discussion leads to good community. Good discussion leads to great community. Good question leads to good discussion. Good discussion leads to great community. Your job is to only talk about 40 to 50% of the time. Have a great class, and I sure enough look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Bye.